Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Shiny Raiko channel. Now, due to the ban list, I'm actually going to do a deck profile. I didn't really plan to because I didn't really think anything would be coming back or be touched for magicians. Well, no, I thought Harmonizing was going to get touched on that ban list. I'm not going to lie, looking through it I was really sweating because it looked like everything must go. But yeah, we're safe. We're actually better than before. So I'm going to go through deck profile real quick because I believe everyone should know what everything do at this point. Triple Harmonizing, 1 Fang, 2 Purple Poison, and Dragon Color. Now, funny enough, Dragon Color is the one that's not mandatory here. You don't have to play him. But in the event, let's say you're Electromite, you didn't find everything you needed, and you need to choose between a Dragon or a low scale because you didn't have a low scale. Well, this suffices both. It's a low scale that can turn a monster into a Dragon, so it really multitasks well. And obviously, I can Pendulum Summon with Harmonizing to make my absolute Dragon. Now, notice I'm not playing Dragon Pit. You really don't need to play him. The only reason why you would play him is because of the field spell, Mystic Minds. But I don't really have a problem with that because Metaverse went to 1. So, unless you're going to Metaverse, I really don't see how that's going to work out for you. And that requires my opponent to go first, furthermore. So that's it. And Dragon Pit only makes a real difference in my version of the deck. That's the thing that hurts. You wouldn't play my version of the deck, but you'd make better choices for mine. Interesting stuff. But moving on. Triple Chrono Trigger. And 1-time Gazel. Now, obviously, we're reaching at the turbo engine of the deck. We play several turbos, and these cards are genuinely good for that. We play Triple Dark Worm and 1 Gate 0. Now, in this incident, I'm only playing 1 Gate 0 because I really need the space in the main deck. If I didn't need it, I wouldn't play it. I'm not joking. And we all know what these cards do. They do magical stuff for the deck. Then we have Triple Servant and Endymion. So that's another way to make your Electromite before you go off. Notice I'm playing 3s and 1s. Now, Servant multitasks because it also is a part of your Mythical Beast engine because you can tutor out your Mythical Beast and they're just free negates. On top of that, if it's destroyed, it goes back directly into the scale. So yeah, and it gains counters. So generating counters, it really does a lot. Then we have Triple Master Cerberus and the 2 Jackals for another aspect of our turbo engines for a deck. You don't have to play the Cerberus, and if you choose to play them, if you want the minimum amount to play, that's 2. The only reason why I'm playing 3 is because I know it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Things don't always go out as planned, and you might end up in a case where you just need to make your Electromite. You just need to make your Link Monster before you Pendulum someone, so that's what it's in there for. So if you don't want to play 3, you don't have to. Then you have Double Curtain Raiser. I don't really want to play 3 of that, definitely. The reason why is that it's just not a good high scale, because if I need to summon level 7s, it's not going to help me. And that rounds it up for your turbo engine. So notice I mostly play turbo engine. So yeah, I'm planning to go off as soon as possible and build my board for negates. And also for any long-time subscribers, you guys know that I put up combo videos. So you guys can also check that out because it's loan 4 negates, 5 negates with the deck. Just all the time 4 negates. And round it up for your last Pendulum Monster Goliath. This is just here for the heal up list. I'm going to summon it and lock my opponent out. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. You can actually legit just summon it from your deck with LP and just watch your opponent struggle. Because if they're a Salaman Great player, there's a low likely chance they're going to out this. They'll need impermanence or something to deal with this, but otherwise they just don't have access to their extra deck, no out. And I'm playing 2 non-pendulum monsters. That would be Tempest and Destrudo. Now, Tempest is actually really good in the deck because I'm playing enough winds and a lot of dragons. Now, what Tempest does for me, not that I really use the wind effect, where you can discard him on the next wind monster to add any dragon from my deck to my hand. Yeah, that's a legit thing that most persons forget. You can do that, so I can add Destruder from my deck to my hand, or you can add Darkworm. So Darkworm Pen Call is even more alive. But what you can do with him, seeing that the combo only requires an extra monster, you just link off with this. And then you can summon it back Let's throw it on another monster to make himself level 1, and he can synchro for 8. Really good stuff. And remember, it's always going to be live. You're always going to have dragons in your grave. So it can come back. Free 2/4. If you draw Pen Call, don't be worried. It can come back to your hand during your end phase. And you get a free card to discard. So it's really good. And for spells. Now, there's one thing I didn't say to everyone. It's like the deck is... all my spell cards are hard once per turn. If it's not hard once per turn, it's once per duel. So you need to be careful of what you do. Because your counters, for your spell counters engine, may not be going up unless you play enough spell cards. Now, I'm not going to be the person to tell you guys to play Pot of Desires in a combo-based deck. Because I have been in situations where I banish all my magicians. No exaggeration, just one go, banish all magicians, and I auto-lose. So yeah, be careful of that. Now moving on, we have Duelist Alliance and 2 Pen Calls. So that's basically 4 Pen Calls you're playing. Then we have Triple Mastery. King, it searches out if you in need of a scale. Remember, we play high scale and low scale, so you can find either one. And it provides you with spell counters. The later it goes on in the duel, stronger it becomes. Triple Shrine plus Foolish. So notice all the cards are hard once per turn, except for Foolish. It's hard once per duel. Now, know that the deck does wonders with the Triple Shrine. You don't have to draw them, even as much as I play 3. But it's better to have them, just for the free special summon of your Dark Worm. And it gives you immediate access to dragons, which is good. Then for your extra deck, we have Eraserhead, the Speed Racer, 21 Young Savage, Crystal Wing. You don't have to play the Crystal Wing if you don't want to. The thing is, for the combo, you can always go into your Vortex instead of Crystal Wing. However, I like playing both. What happens to me is that if my opponent actually manages to break the board, I put up 2 more negates right away. So even if they go through the negates, I'm going to put up more for them. Anyone who's played me knows that for a fact. Then we have Abyss Dweller, Real God card, Pornstar Magician, Todoroki Ice, or 2 Dragon Slayers, Triple Burst. We have Heliopolis, we have Apprentice Witch, Ib, Electromite, and Megatron. Sorry guys, I'm going to make another 4 negate board for you. However, this time I'm only going to use these 3 cards again. So I'm going to do the usual. Servant, then Pen Call, Dark Worm. We're going to add our Harmonizing and High Scale, which is favorable as those 2. We're going to bring back Dark Worm and use this effect to add back our Gate 0. Now, from here, normal summon, link off into Electromite, and I'm going to summon Electromite on the right, but I'm going to play it out a bit different this time. With Electromite, I'm just going to directly send a Jackal, so that's just 1 straight up negate right there. I'm just sending Gate 0 to scale, Electromite pop 0, add back Fang, because it's the only high scale. I wouldn't be able to do this without a draw, random draw. Not going to use the card, even better. Not going to use the card. Funny enough, if I had this, I wouldn't need Harmonizing. So, Fang in scale. I'm going to Pendulum Summon now. Harmonizing effect, we're going to summon Purple Poison Magician. Notice the monster placement. As how I place the monsters on the field, it does matter. So from this point, I'm going to actually summon LP first. Now that I've summoned LP, I'm going to use these 2 to summon Triple Burst. I'll use LP's effect to summon to the zone Destrudo. I'm going to link up Argapane, Argapane's effect. We're going to special summon Crystal Wing. Link up. No, I don't want to go back over this side with the link because Jackal is already being pointed to there. So I'm actually going to stay on this side of the field. And I'm going to synchro summon using these 2 to go into our Borrelode Savage Dragon. Now from here, the Servant will have 3 counters because I use Pen Call put gate 0 in scale and Fang in scale. So I'll summon it, and I'm also going to summon a Jackal from the deck. Now, this automatically gives it a counter. Remember, you'll always have 5 cards in hand, and I only use 3. So you should have 2 more. From here, you're able to freely activate a spell card and give yourself enough counters. Now, notice one thing really cool. You see the Servant, even though it has 1 counter on it now, if it gets destroyed, it puts itself back in the scale. And it puts the counter on it that was on it before it got destroyed. So you'll always be able to have that counter. Don't think your opponent can attack off, then attack D with these. They can't out it. They're going to have to deal with the negate. And obviously from here, you can tribute, bounce a card, and then from there you're able to special summon your Amorphous Sloth from deck. Apologies, Goliath. I'm playing Goliath. So that's it. And you can check out any of my other combo videos. And that's it. If you guys have any opinions, you guys can tell me. I'd like to see what other deck profiles you guys want to see other than Magicians, because most persons are just straight up here for Magicians, no other reason. You're not here to see anything else. But I would like to know what else you guys would like to see. Some duels, because there's not really a lot of channels that do a lot of dueling anymore. Like once upon a time in like 2014, 2013, you're going to be able to see a lot of duels. So if you guys want to see that, that's a legit option. And as I said, Tempest is always live. So if I didn't have Harmonizing, what you could do is just summon back Tempest and reduce Destruder level by Jackal, making it 1, and Synchro Summon into your Savage. So if you didn't have Harmonizing, you should still be able to make your Savage. And that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.